Hello and welcome back to the Runaway American UK edition. We are back on Watch Mojo. I know no one's a fan, but this is the 10 live TV tragedies. I'm not sure what to expect from this, but it popped up on my page and I thought I would give it a watch. So here we go, guys.
I'm so sorry, this is terrible news, obviously.
Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we're examining our picks for 10 live TV tragedies.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we'll be looking at infamous moments from the UK where we witness catastrophe play out on our television screens. Which tragedy shown live affected you the most? Let us know below. Anthea Turner's near disaster. In July 1989, Anthea Turner was presenting for the children's show UP2U. Happily sitting in the back of a van, she was introducing a motorcycle team to show off their skills.
And Anthea, well, she's got the roving eye down at the Royal Tournament in Earls Court.
But before she finished her intro, pyro exploded as the bike drove out the van, even hitting the presenter slightly. Turner was immediately covered in fire as she covered her face and fell to the floor.
The person who was cueing the motorbike mistook my cue to speak as the cue to ask the motorbike to fly out of the back of the van, and of course I'm still sitting on the tailgate.
In interviews later, Turner talked about the smell of burning hair and bacon as it happened. Thankfully, this incident could have gone so much worse. Turner was taken to hospital straight away and treated for burns. Afterward, she took legal action against the BBC for putting her in danger and won.
A few minutes ago, you might have just seen something a bit dangerous happen to Anthea. Just here to say she's okay, she's just gone to first aid and she's going to have a nice hot cup of tea because she's got some shock.
Stunt gone wrong. The morning BBC programme, The Late Breakfast Show, hosted by Noel Edmonds, is perhaps one of the most dangerous series to air on UK TV. And this is down to the stunt segment Give It a Whirl. In September 1983, Richard Smith was going to drive his car off a ramp and clear a row of vehicles to break the world record with a 232-foot distance.
He's coming up to the ramp now, he's going very, very fast.
Instead, we witness Smith's vehicle rotate in the air and crash upside down onto the other cars. A badly injured Smith was trapped in the flattened motor for some time.
Well, obviously we'll keep you posted as to exactly what happened with that attempt.
Luckily, he survived.
Oh, thank
However,
God.
this incident, mixed in with Barbara Sleeman's injury and the death of stunt performer Michael Lush during a rehearsal, caused the show to be cancelled.
This is BBC One. Because of the tragic accident involving Michael Lush while preparing for tonight's edition of the Late Breakfast Show, the BBC has decided to cancel this and all further editions of the programme.
Struggling to deliver news. Being a news broadcaster can be tough. On top of the pressure of performing live, often you have to read out some of the worst stories possible as millions watch you. And in December 2022, the struggle became too much for BBC's Joanna Gosling. As she spoke about the tragic news of 3 children perishing after falling through an iced lake in Solihull, Gosling couldn't hide her emotions.
Sad news to bring you. We're hearing that 3 boys aged 11, 10 and 8 have died after being pulled from the icy lake in Solihull.
She soon began choking up reading the report and had to pause to compose herself before apologising to viewers, which wasn't necessary.
Emergency crews got there incredibly quickly, within 7 minutes. But very sadly, we have heard that 3 of those boys have died.
Many viewers that saw the clip praised Gosling for getting through the heartbreaking segment. Radio presenters passing. While this didn't happen on TV, but instead on the radio, this tragic incident deserves to be included. For years, DJ Tim Goff had been the voice of the airwaves for Suffolk and the east of England. In October 2022, he was presenting his breakfast show on Gen X radio as he worked from home. After reading out a bunch of birthday messages, Goff queued up a tune to play.
Bill Wyman, born in 1936, making him 86. That's an awful lot of candles to blow out today.
but halfway through it, the music cut out suddenly, leaving an eerie silence for several minutes. Then, another song started, yet that also went silent partway through. The beloved Goth had sadly suffered a fatal heart attack during this time. The murder of Harry Collinson.
It should have been a routine end to a 3-year planning row.
In June 1991, BBC Look North and other journalists arrived in County Durham to witness a clash between the council and Albert Dryden. The local resident had built a bungalow without planning permission 3 years previously. As such, the authorities wanted to knock it down. Dryden, not getting the response he wanted, pulled out a firearm.
Can you get a shot of this gun?
While people believed it was an empty threat, he then fatally shot planning officer Harry Collinson. As people scattered, Dryden fired at the crowd, injuring police officer Stephen Campbell and journalist Tony Belmont.
We were standing watching what was going on. The chief planner was trying to persuade the chap to...
Dryden was arrested and sentenced to life in prison. Reportedly, he never showed remorse for what he did. Dryden was released in 2017 after suffering a stroke and passed away the year after. The Glasgow airport attack. In June 2007, a near-catastrophic attack happened at Glasgow airport. Bilal Abdullah and Kafil Ahmed had filled a jeep with propane and petrol canisters, then rammed the vehicle into the side of the airport's building, hoping to maximize damage during the school's summer holiday. Instead, a concrete pillar stopped them from going too far. But Ahmed doused himself in petrol and set himself ablaze before attempting to attack people with more accelerant. Thanks to the police and courageous bystanders, both were subdued and arrested. Ahmed died from his injuries, while Abdullah was jailed for at least 32 years. Live footage of the jeep burning and the destruction that it caused showcased how lucky we were that the duo wasn't successful with their evil plot. The final performance of Tommy Cooper.
Drop apart in front of your very eyes. Just a little twist like that. And they slowly drop apart.
If the UK had a Mount Rushmore for comedy, Tommy Cooper and his legendary Fez would be a shoo-in for being on it. For years, the comedian and magician had entertained us all, but eventually he had his final act. In April 1984, Cooper was performing for the variety show Live from Her Majesty's. In the middle of his set, just as he was helped into the long robe, he suddenly collapsed and fell against the stage curtain.
Thank you, love.
The audience laughed at the slapstick skit. However, this was all very real. When the production realized this wasn't part of the act, they cut to the adverts. Sadly, Cooper had suffered a heart attack and wasn't able to be revived.
Oh my God.
The demise of Gareth Jones. In his early 30s, Welsh actor Gareth Jones was an up-and-coming actor that got his start in 1955's Little Red Monkey. After appearing in episodes of the ITV anthology series Armchair Theatre, Jones was cast in the show's episode Underground, which was broadcast live in November 1958. But he wasn't feeling too well as his makeup was being applied. Yet, Jones tried to continue. As he was about to enter the scene, he collapsed off screen and was taken to hospital. The rest of the episode was improvised to cover the missing character. Sadly, Jones perished from a suspected heart attack. He is marked by the Guinness World Records as the first actor to die on live TV.
Wow.
The Hillsborough disaster. In April 1989, Liverpool took on Nottingham Forest in an FA Cup semi-final at Hillsborough Stadium in Sheffield. Ireland's Sports Stadium was one of the programmes that showcased the match live. Not long after kickoff, the catastrophic problem became apparent as fans spilled onto the pitch, causing the game to be abandoned. Due to the police and stadium officials overcrowding sections of the stadium, fans were crushed in the mayhem. 97 people perished on that disastrous day, either directly or indirectly. In the aftermath, the police and newspapers like The Sun attempted to blame Liverpool fans for the carnage. However, later investigations proved this to be false. The Grenfell Tower fire. In June 2017, the devastating footage of Grenfell Tower in London shocked the nation. A large block of flats that housed around 300 people was set ablaze and quickly spread. The images of residents trying to escape the chaos were soon imprinted on viewers' minds. In the early morning, a faulty refrigerator sparked a fire that spread quickly due to poor combustible cladding and insulation, which was used by the council to save money when refurbishing the tower. While firefighters responded quickly, the fire continued to rage for 24 hours until it burnt out. Exacerbated by advice from management and the fire brigade to stay put in the event of a blaze, 72 people lost their lives in the tragedy.
Check out this other recent clip from Watch Mojo.
That's awful. Oh my gosh, that's horrifying. I mean, I don't know why I feel like I would probably go against advice and not stay put if there was a fire in my building. That is terrifying. Wow, from a spark from a refrigerator. That's a crazy, absolutely crazy. A lot of those were just like, as far as like the news reporter, that was very like just I feel like she was just probably devastated by having to report that story. So it's a very human thing that you would feel overwhelmed and sadness and have a hard time getting through that, because I feel like as a news anchor, they have to deliver news all the time that's probably terrifying or just heartbreaking. And I'm sure sometimes it gets to you. So I feel like that was just human. Hillsborough, I did watch that. If you have not seen it, you should go check it out. I was absolutely horrified to learn what happened. Not only because of just the tragedy in itself, but the way it was handled after was despicable. So yeah, that was definitely an interesting video to watch. I had not heard about the fire that occurred, and I definitely have never seen that like vehicle that like turned over. It's so great that he survived that, as well as the woman who like the motorcycle like went into her basically. Some good parts of the fact that people didn't die, but 72 people died from that fire. That is so many. Like, that's incredible. I can't believe, like, I just don't understand. Again, that was just poorly mishandled. Maybe I should watch a video on that, because I don't know how you tell people to stay put. Obviously that was the wrong advice, but yeah, it's a very interesting. I would love to hear more about that and what occurred and why they were told to stay put. But yeah, extremely sad. Many horrible tragedies that occurred on television or on the radio, as one of them did. But yeah, sadly, that's a fact of life. But it's so horrible when things like this happen. And when you see it with your own eyes, I feel like it just makes it that much more real. So yeah, a sad list, but one that is, I don't know, like poignant in a way, because it shows you in many ways that life is so fragile, and that when you see like it can be taken away in an instant, the fact that they're in the middle of a comedy routine and die on stage, that's crazy, or have a heart attack on stage. Either way, it's really, really just sad. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry to have this disappointing or sad note to end on, but yeah, it was definitely a very informational video. And if someone can let me know of a video that I could watch about that fire, I would be very appreciative. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.